Hello, hello, welcome back to Gold Rush. I'm Hitman82. I've been digging. So I've got a bit of a problem here. My road has eroded. I dug it out. The gold was too good, I couldn't leave it. So I had the loader here, sitting here so I could get to this easily. Well, I could have restored, reset the loader and it would have taken it over there, but instead I just dropped the bucket and drove down the hill a few times and made a rough road down here, a very rough road. So I might come up here with the bulldozer at some point. Um, I don't think I need to get up there again. But anyway, this got me down, and then if I need to get up again, I can probably recover it and get a ramp up there. Okay, so today we're going to do some more digging. We'll fire up. This is, we're nearing the end of this area. This box that you see ahead of me, once that's dug down, that'll be it for here. We'll move over the other way a bit. Let's see. Let's look at the map. So we're going to try and finish this box. And then we're going to go over here. Is the plan. And that's a whole lot of digging in there. Alright, so let's get started. So what I'm going to do today is what Marcus suggested, which is to use the loader to load the truck. And what I'm doing is I'm just digging it down here so that I'm able to back the truck in nice and close and still be able to use the excavator to fill it. Now what I am planning to attempt, at least I'll try it off screen just to test it, but is to get the Frankenstein for the next section, and then I can dig onto the Frankenstein and then have it load the truck. I don't know if that works, so if anyone knows, feel free to say so. But we'll give that a try. Really hurting for money though. So I can go another, well, till midnight, and then that'll be it. I'll have to, tomorrow game time, I'll have to get all the gold refined and sold and more money. You know how that goes, right? Again and again and again and again. Yeah, so we're gonna try and get a bit of this cleared back. Now, I'm not sure if I'm getting a full yield from this by doing it this way. I had read that loading the truck this way you lose a little bit of gold, but I don't know if that. I've noticed if you're not pouring exactly right here, then you don't get the full 22%. So it's possible that they were just talking about if you didn't pour just right, some of the gold would spill, which does happen. I've seen that numerous times. So the trick is to make sure your bucket is completely over the dump truck, and that way you don't lose your gold. Because what's the point of digging it out if you're just going to lose it? Dump it on the ground. So, let's see, get this over here. Make sure it's completely over. And what are we at? 51, so this should go to 73. I did it right? Yeah, there we go. See, if it had been like 72 or less, then I'd know that I didn't do it right and I lost some. So I'm hoping that's what people mean when they say, oh, you lose gold when you're using the loader with the dump truck. That you're just not careful enough. Could be wrong though, I guess we'll see. Well, we won't see because I'm not doing any tests. Well, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So the dirt I'm digging now is from another tile that we dug out before that had decent yield, so it's probably going to give us a bit. Now I had put a scoop from the what do you call it? The excavator already in this dump truck. That's why it's at 95% instead of 88. All right, and let's go. Whoops. Oh, why did I do it this way? I could have just get back in. There we go. Alright, so let's back out of here a bit. I had to park the way I did so I could load it easier. But getting it out of here is a little more tricky. There we go. And up the hill, and then we dump it, and then do it all over again. So I get a good run on from over there. Right, so once this area is complete, and we move over to that other area I showed you, I don't know. I'll I'll try maybe the Frankenstein to see if I can scoop with the excavator onto the Frankenstein and have it load this. That would be okay, because then hopefully I can park it so that I'm not going up any hills. And if you don't know what I mean, we'll see. We'll see. It depends on whether or not that works. So, like I said, I'll do a off-screen test, just kind of a temporary save here, just so that I can test that out and see if it works. And if it does, well, that'd be neat. We'll do something different. Let's see here. Where else? Well, we'll have the road going up over top. Oh, that road I made with the bulldozer works like a charm. Oh, that was so much easier for fueling the excavator. Because I just brought the truck over with the fuel trailer, and it just went up that like no problem. And no problem is the best problem, right? That's the best problem to have. Here we go. Let's try that. Okay, am I gonna be? Oops. Maybe we'll get through here. Just gonna make sure I can drive through without hitting the truck. There we go. Could always just scoop this edge right here. Yeah, won't bother. So we'll get a little bit. You know, it actually would have been better. Well, this is good dirt, but on my left here, it would have been better to dig there to put the truck in. Might still do that. I don't know. We'll do probably a few dump truck loads here before I'm ready to switch back to the excavator. As it is, though, I think the truck could probably maybe back in over that. So all this digging is just to get the truck in close enough to dig with the excavator. 22%. Let's see what's on the board. 21%. A little bit dumped off the side, or else my bucket wasn't completely full. I suspect it was a bit dumped off the side. So there you go. I lost some gold. No, come back, gold. Come back. Come back. Oh, yeah, coming back. Left 4 Dead reference there for you. Left 4 Dead 2. That was Coach. They're standing on the roof of the building, the first section, the burning building. It's the very first part of the game. So last night I played a bit of Construction Simulator. I haven't played that in a long time, a couple of years probably. A bunch of us played it together. That was pretty fun, but I was playing solo last night. Pretty neat. Pretty neat game. I forgot how much I enjoyed it. Simulator-wise, it's not much of a simulator. It doesn't really simulate too well, but it's pretty fun once you get over that. For instance, I was digging in with the little excavator, and it sure made this digging look realistic, which is saying something, right? It was very difficult to get a full scoop of dirt from the small excavator. Really had to, it's very derpy how it digs in the soil. That's okay. Derpy matches my style, right? Did I get? Alright, this will be the last scoop for this one. Well, I suppose I could put half a scoop in here and then put, well, hello, you can. I'll put the other half scoop in the next bucket, or next truckload. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Uh-oh, she wants attention. You hit the record button, you're talking to someone else. Give me attention. I'm having to brush my cats right now. It's they're starting to lose their summer coats and their winter coats are coming in, and oh my gosh, so much cat fur all over those. So I'm vacuuming that up, and I thought, you know what, it's probably easier to brush it off them so it gets on the brush, and then you can get rid of the fur that way rather than having to vacuum it off the floor. Oops, off the truck a bit. Anyway, and the cats like it too. They're like, oh wow, and I used the same brush on them so they get used to each other. After 5 years, they still can't stand each other. They can't be near each other. That's cats for you, right? Cat politics. Alright, well, we're at 98, that's close enough. And I'll put the next scoop into the truck when I get back. Oops, don't dump it. And there we go. Oh, I'm gonna get out of here. Come on, truck. Back up the hill we go. Oops, that's why it's not going anywhere. I didn't have the diff lock on. That's that little green light down in the bottom right. That's the diff lock. See? Pretty much leave it on driving around here because this is really not, it's not pavement, so you're not going to wear your tires out as fast with diff lock on. And I haven't noticed too much difference in performance. I mean, it has way more traction, but as far as turning and turning, I'm not noticing any problems with the diff lock on. Alright, hop out of the truck, we'll fire up the wash plant. I did turn the volume up another notch, so let's see how this goes. It should be louder, which I guess is kind of good, because it's a little more realistic, so here we go. There. Okay, use a bit more feedback on the video volume, let me know if it's too loud or too quiet. At the moment, it should be loud, but you should still be able to hear me. Just kind of hanging around here, getting ready to hit the button if something breaks. Hopefully it doesn't. 57%. I guess I better get ready in the dump truck to dump the next bucket. Wash it. If it doesn't have dirt, don't run it. Just waste some money. Now, if you're playing on normal mode, where the fuel consumption's lower and you don't have parts that break, oh yeah, you just leave that machine going all the time and just keep coming up and dumping stuff in there. But alas, that's not how it's going to work for us. That's okay, I'll look at it this way. It breaks up the monotony. Certainly slows you down though, you use a lot of money for parts. Put that down under 10, shut that off. Oh, you know, this is kind of strange, you see, you can't really see that percentage ahead of me where my crosshair is. And if I turn my view, now you can see it, no problem. Or I can anyway. Okay then. That must be the field of view or something. I don't know. But it allows me to stand here ready to hit the button and I can still see the percentage. I'm just waiting for that to come down under 10% and then we'll shut it off. We'll go get another couple loads. Waiting. This is the most efficient as far as I can tell. I mean, yeah, I'm losing time. I could be down there getting another load, but the thing will just keep breaking constantly. I don't know how many loads it takes to replace the parts. Oh man, that's all I'd be doing is just trying to keep the wash plant running the whole time. So let's not do that. We'll do it the smart way. Goes to show you though, if I had somebody standing there at the wash plant just keeping things running, we could just, and somebody on the loader. Wow. Come on, let's get multiplayer in this game. I wish. That's one thing I liked about Construction Sim is the multiplayer aspect of it. Made the game way more fun. There we go. Okay, why do I keep turning this diff lock off? I don't know. Okay, whoops, we need to, I should have around 10% maybe here. Maybe a little more, a little less, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't look like 10%. No, that's because it's 9%. It was just a guess anyway. Now, let's see, we can kind of type through here. I can probably get the truck in here now. I can hear a cat in the other room howling for attention. Oh my gosh, cat. You can't have attention all the time? I think it says. I said, yes, I can. So the last, well, for the last bit, about every other night, I've had to go chase raccoons out of my grapes. I've got some grapes, and they're only like 10 or 12 feet from the house. And they're in there. Like, I went out one night, and I could hear this rustling. I shine the light in there, and there's two sets of beady little eyes looking back at me, so I hollered at them and chased them out. And so that's what I've been doing. Between the ants and the raccoons. Busy, busy, busy. And juggling cats. A wildlife sanctuary here. I got the deer come when I trim the grapes and I throw the cuttings over the fence. I've got a compost pile right outside my fence. I use my backhoe to turn it, that sort of thing. Anyway, so the deer come in and they strip all the leaves off the cuttings I get from the grapes. They love them. And I had some turkey vultures hanging around the other day. I went looking to see if I could find them. I figured there must be a dead deer down in my woods there somewhere. There's a couple thousand deer on this island, so no shortage of deer. There's twice as many deer as people. So I went looking, I didn't find it, but oh well. Not that I'm upset I didn't. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't on a road or something. So that's always fun going along. I mow my woods road. It's like a fire truck access road that I made, and go down that with a mower, and because I want to keep the grass mowed down so that if I do need a fire truck here and they can access it without the fire truck itself setting all the grass on fire because of it hitting the exhaust manifold on the truck. If it could, I don't know. I don't know their trucks very well, but it's a possibility. So I gotta keep the grass mowed down. Anyway, so the last thing I want to do is be mowing along and hit a deer carcass. That'd be fun. No, it wouldn't. That was being facetious. It would not be fun. That should get us, yeah, 4. That's good enough. Get this over here, out of the way. Back up the hill we go. Had a bit of a surprise. I was posting my video this morning. It's Friday morning of Minecraft, and I realized the time on last Friday's wasn't right. I realized I only posted that video was 2 parts, and I hadn't put the second part in, so it just kind of truncates. Nobody even said anything. Like, oh, and Kurt made a comment about fixing my mouse. I never made that connection. What he was talking about. Oh, such a derp. Well, Kurt, if you're watching this, yeah, I'm a derp. Took me long enough to figure it out. So I had to make a second part of the video because I had to stop it because OBS, for whatever reason, does not like my USB connections. Like, I've got a Xbox 360 controller, my keyboard, my mouse. I think that's all I've got attached for, whoops, a USB right now. Anyway, for some reason, it'll just, that stuff will hang up and it'll start making these beeps. I don't know why. And so if I unplug a keyboard or mouse and the USB refreshes, plug them back in again, everything's fixed and everything works. So anyway, I shut down the video to do that, and didn't add the video in for the rest of the show. And then so Kurt mentions it, and I'm like, I didn't even know what he's talking about. Let's see here. Why does that? Oh my gosh, is that something they've added, or is that something I don't think I'm pressing it. Don't know why the diff lock keeps turning off all the time. I must be pressing it, just not knowing. Pressing buttons, beating on buttons. Oh, and last night, oh, so excited. Rain in the forecast. So I went out and I've mentioned before, I've been painting my house. And so I went out and about 10:15 last night, I go to bed pretty early because I'm up early. And so instead of going to bed, I went out and reinstalled my downspouts for my water, or for my gutters, because the rain was in the forecast, and I don't know, for whatever reason, I never thought of it until too late yesterday, and it was sunny and hot, and I didn't want to work in the sun. So anyway, I went out last night, 10:15 at night, reinstalling downspout. And so my downspout goes into, I don't know if you know what Big O is. It's a piping, this black plastic ribbed piping that's used for drainage and stuff like that. Anyway, I have one sticking up out of my drain tile around my house, and that's where I put the downspout pointing into, so it then drains away from the house. And so I went to put the downspout, the end of it in, and there's 2 tree frogs sitting in there looking up at me. It's like, and tree frogs, they're a pretty important part of our ecosystem. So I try not to hurt them whenever I can. And they've been kind of living on the front of the house this year for whatever reason. I don't know why. And so I had to try and fish them out of there. And of course, one comes out, oh yeah, this is great, and the other one says nope. So he goes further down. So I got him far enough down so I could install the downspout without hurting him. What did I say about wildlife here? Oh gosh. Live in the woods, and that's what you get. And ants, been still fighting the ants. Got them beat back in one spot, now they're in another spot, in a different part of the house, going in my attic. No, you're not allowed to be in the attic. So, killed the nest connecting to that, and then I've been poisoning them. The carpenter ants are extremely difficult to manage, because they are just so robust. They don't eat. I have an ant bait that's kind of it's liquid sugar with borax in it, and the borax is what kills them. And it's pretty safe. I put it in a container, so that I made a little container, so really the ants can get in, but most other critters can. But the carpenter ants won't take that. But now that killed the nest, the satellite nest, or the next satellite nest up in the chain, the ants started foraging for food next to the house, coming out of my attic and foraging. So I was able to get them with that borax, which they don't normally eat, but they were desperate for food. Aha! That's what happens when you mess with a hitman. I'm an ant hitman. Oh my. Okay, let's fire up the plant again. What are we at? We're at 67%. So I want to get this filled up today and start, I don't know if I'll run the goal. Well, we'll see. I might run the goal today. It's going to cost almost $14,000 to make the loan payment and all these workers I've got. So really, I'm going to have to run that goal today. So once this squash plant's full, I'll do a clean out, and I'll clean out the 2. You see, I've got one already down there. So I'll do the 2 clean outs and sell that gold, and then I'll at least have some gold ready for rent and for the loan payment. Oops, I want that empty. No. Oh no, we don't want empty. Conveyor bucket. Can't be 100% efficient, I guess. Nope, ready to turn it off again. So this is pretty much how I've been playing Gold Rush. You just fill the water plant, run the dirt, shut her down, and fill the wash plant, run the dirt. That's the game. So I wonder when that next patch is coming out. So I'll have to buy more parts. Yay! That's what we need. More things breaking. So I've got the dozer sitting here. I just filled the fuel on it because I do plan to use it again here shortly, I think, for some more road building. Let's see, where are we at? 22. Just about ready to shut it down. We'll get another load. Wow, is that stenciled on the inside? Bizarre. See, it says 2150 on the inside of the container. Oh, there's another number. Wonder why that is. Is that on purpose, or they just, is it a texture thing that they went cheapo and they didn't do a texture on the inside and just pasted it from the outside? Do not know. I don't know, are containers labeled on the inside? Any of you guys work for customs that would know? Customs, or maybe you load them, maybe you work at a rail depot where you're loading containers, I don't know. Somebody knows. Not me though. Alright, another... I'll do another load with the loader. And hopefully this will be the last load with the loader. Like this dump truck load. Clear this back. Yeah, I think maybe I will start cutting into that left side there a bit. Whoops. Go that way. I think that's back far enough in this one. So this dirt I've been hauling here probably should still be pretty good. Oh. Oops, sorry, truck. Get a full scoop there. I'm gonna derp it up. No, we got a full scoop, 22%. Alright, so we're close enough there. Now let's just dig in over this side a little bit. Do a load or two here, so I can get the truck in on this side. So I will have to back the excavator up a bit to be able to dig here. So I need to be able to reach it with the truck, to be able to load the truck from the excavator. And the reason I don't do it all with this is because this knocking dirt down ruins the dirt type thing. So, you know, if I dug in left of me, to the left of me here, I can't reach the top. So I'm going to lose dirt when that gets knocked down. It hits the... I assume what that problem is that it slides down and hits this bedrock and then disappears. But I don't actually know that. There's many things about this game I don't know. I haven't been on their Discord in ages. I haven't even launched Discord in ages. Oh no, I just can't get into that one. Steam had this chat updates driving me nuts. I don't know if they're... And actually, come to think of it, TeamSpeak has done a big update as well. Yeah, I just want a simple chat program. My gosh. The worst thing about the Steam one, since I'm going to rant about that for a minute, is the timestamps. They, for whatever reason, they've changed the timestamps, and now I'm not happy about it because it's really hard to see. You know, if you're in a conversation, I leave my computer running for like weeks before rebooting, depending on what I'm playing. And some things force me to restart just because they don't play nice with the memory. But anyway, what was? Oh my gosh, I'm losing what I'm talking about here. Run out of juice. The what was it with the memory? My gosh, see, I start talking about memory and then I forget what I'm talking about. I'm counting. Well, that was because I looked at the clock. That's what it was, and I'm just about out of time for today. So if I remember what I'm talking about, I'll mention it next episode. It doesn't matter anyway, just babbling at this point. Alright, well, if you enjoyed what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button. Next episode, I'll probably do this clean out off screen and basically pick it up after I've tested the Frankenstein, and I'll be setting up to dig in the new spot. I imagine that's what I'll do, but I don't know that for sure. So you have to tune in and see. It'll be a surprise. You like surprises, right? Ooh, wow, there's not much turning there. That's not going to be 10% in that bucket. that's out of the way. Alright, so I will see you next time. By the way, if let me know on the volume. How's it going now? I increased it a little bit, so hopefully you can hear the volume of the game and my voice. They're gonna kind of work together nicely, so let me know, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.